can't see anything. Hey, what is up? Now you guys know why I can't see anything. I got sunglasses on. Welcome to Duct Tape Dynasty. I'm the Duct Tape Dude.
I'm the dude.
And tonight we've got a special show for you. We are bringing on the newest member of the Duct Tape family. We're going to bring on Cole Sealer with us today. So, you know what? I have no plan for today's show, but before we get started, let me just ask you to please minimize that screen. Hit that subscribe button. That is huge for us. That helps us out so much. And hit that notification bell. Throw a comment in there. Give us a like. All that good stuff. That helps us out tremendously. If you guys can do that for us, we would be greatly appreciative. But you know what? Heck with this. There are no plans for today. So let's get right to it. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Cole. This is Cole Sealer. How are you, brother? Can you hear the crowd? Studio audience. Yeah. All right. I'm a geek. Anyway, guys, hey, special Tuesday show for us today. Like I said, I don't really have a plan. I'm just kind of winging it right now. So many things going on. So many things. It's crazy. We're about to ship a kid off to college. We'll be up north in Montana where this guy is right now. But let's talk about that later. Cole, how are we, brother? Welcome. Hello. Hi. Nice to meet you. Hey, just so you know, just to set the tone for this, we are the greatest 30 subscriber show on the internet. We've since surpassed that. We're at 123 subscriptions today, so we've been going downhill for quite a while, about 93 subscriptions. So sorry about that, folks, but this is what you get. No. Andrew, yeah, thank you. Andrew, back when we hit 30 subscribers, we were like, oh, my God, we got 30 subscribers. It was awesome. I never thought we'd have that. And so I said we're the best 30 subscriber program on the internet. Now look at us. Huh? Big time. Anyway, Cole, you are wearing a high-vis outfit. So let's start with this. Let's just, he can't hear you. So I'm pushing you up. There we go. I've got you. There we go. I got you pushed up there. You might be distorting a little bit, but hopefully that'll work. Dave, let us know if you can hear that. Yeah, guys, let us know if it sounds like garbage. We'll switch it up, whatever. Dave says he still can't hear you. Well, no, he texted me that one, so just wait a second. Let's see if he throws anything in the comments. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. He says he still can't hear you. Yeah, let's go. Let's go without the headphones.
That off.
Hey, maybe if I turn on your sound, then people can hear you. No, don't take it off, dude. Just leave it on.
How about
Cole.
that?
Hi.
There. Are we good?
Jeez.
Can we hear me? I like it.
Oh, my Lord. Okay, wait a second. Hang on. Everybody hang on.
How about there? Do we have me? Testing?
Yes, we've got you. It's my fault. I didn't hit the stinking button. Either that or you've been on the...
Good.
Here, wait. Hang on.
Testing.
We'll start over.
There we go.
Oh, I'm just kidding. I mean, wouldn't it's just fitting that... See, Cole... You were you were a little uptight. I'm going to admit it. You were a little uptight, a little worried. Hey, is sound going to be okay? We need to do some sound checks, all this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you put forth a good product, and I appreciate that. But let's face it, Cole, you are not going to be the limiting factor at all in this program. The limiting factor is me, this guy right here. Wearing two pairs of sunglasses. Program. Wearing two pairs of sunglasses. Maybe that's not such a good idea. But anyway, so, let's try again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Cole. Cole, how are you, brother?
Thank you. I'm great. And thank you for having me on your show. I love Duct Tape Dynasty. I've watched almost every episode now. Finally gotten caught up since Dave told me about you guys, and love it. It's a great production.
It's no longer you guys. I have to step in and correct you. You are part of us now,
Okay, who do we got? There we go. I'm a part of it, and I'm honored to be here. I really appreciate the invite, and it's going to be a fun football season.
It is. It's going to be a blast, man. So anyway, Cole is on the road. He's wearing a high vis right there, as you guys can see. Kind of hard not to see that. Cole, what do you do for a living? What are you doing, man?
Yeah, so that's a good place to start, Josh. We have high vis, high reflective on. It's my work shirt because I don't have any others in the Way From Home terminal. So I work on the railroad, out of town right now in the hotel room in my lovely background here, as you can see. And thought, we can squeeze this show in tonight. Let's make it happen. Didn't know when I was going to be off. Our schedule's pretty crazy, too long to tell you about. But anyway,
you
that's
guys
the high vis.
So, yeah, you just got done driving a train. Cole drives trains, people.
I did. Yeah, locomotive engineer.
Locomotive engineer. So,
Yep.
well, let's put I'm going to put a hold on that one. We're going to come back to that. I want to get a start. Let's figure out who you are, right? I don't even know you. We've talked once on the phone. It was a great conversation. I know you a little bit. You're a good dude.
Right.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have asked you to come on.
Thank you. Thank you.
But let's just start it off. What's your story? Give us a quick, where you're born and raised. Are you always a Montana guy? And are you married? You got kids? Give us the whole quick and dirty there.
Absolutely. We'll go back to the beginning. Born and raised in Montana. Been around a little bit. Was in the military. Joined the Guard. So that's a little bit different twist on the whole military thing than you and many of the others experience. Nevertheless, born and raised in Montana. Lived around central Montana for most of my life, here and there. And still here, I guess. And yeah, that's about it. Did the military, did odd jobs up until that spot, and then moved right from that up into my current position with the railroad here, locomotive engineer. So
awesome.
Really, it's a good job. It's an interesting lifestyle, but you get used to it and you just roll with the system.
Yeah, you guys are pretty much like, just your job is being on call, right? I mean, you're just always on call.
Absolutely.
You never
basically 24/7 on call, and then you get your days off of the year, your scheduled days off, but you fit them in there kind of whenever you're allowed to and whenever you have them. So it's a really interesting thing. So basically, you could say, besides the several days a year that you get off, and it's relatively generous comparatively speaking, but yeah, on call 24/7, that creates an interesting lifestyle for scheduling, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, it fits right into this show because, as you saw, it was complete chaos leading up to this. I have cameras over here that I set up that aren't working because, well, they were working, but every time they started working, this camera that I'm looking into stopped working. Then oh my gosh, I was resetting computers.
I love it. I love it. Putting on a show is a major production. You do a great job.
Oh, it was fun, man. It was fun just running around and getting it all together. But last time, so what I tried to show this off last time, and then I'm such an unprofessional that I messed it up and forgot to. So I usually have an aux camera over here that has I put the team. So what you can't see is on the side of the screen for the folks that are watching on YouTube. I have this week's games all listed out. The teams, you've seen how it is on there.
Of course, yeah.
It's for this week's preseason games. And so every week I set up the Thursday night game helmets because I once upon a time bought 32 NFL helmets. The idea of putting them in my office and showing them off during the football season. But then 2020 and COVID happened and we all got sent home. So now I have a closet full of helmets. But the other day I bought little visors for the helmets. So this is how stupid I am.
Great.
Look at this. Is that dumb?
Shields.
Yeah.
I like it.
Shields. They
look great.
No, man, the camera's freaking out.
Did you buy 32 of them?
Heck,
you didn't buy 32 of them, did you?
Dude, I spent so much money on these stupid helmets over the years. Yeah. No, I've got 2 visors and they get switched every week. So anyway, there we go. I finally got to show off my cool visors. I was so excited about it, but
outstanding.
Yeah, so you're a football fan. Let me back up again. You married guy? You got kids?
Married, yes. Shout out to my beautiful wife, Laura, and my 2 daughters, Brooklyn and Kaylin.
Nice.
And so got married early, been together 20-year anniversary coming up this year.
Oh, congrats, man.
This month, actually. So, yeah, that's kind of exciting.
Are you doing
got
something
together
special?
Early. What's that?
You going to do something special?
Oh, it's a surprise. I can't tell you that.
Good. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have called you out like that on the internet just in case,
It's a surprise. I've got tricks up my sleeve.
Attaboy.
Anyway, Two daughters, Brooklyn and Kaylin. Older one's just starting college, and the younger one, junior in high school. So
nice.
That's kind of the background there. Yep.
I've got a sophomore in high school, and as you know, I'm heading up your way here in next week to drop my oldest off for his first year in college. So
wonderful.
Mine are both boys, though.
Are they? Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get together when you get up here too.
Yes, we're going to definitely try to make that work. I want to meet you in person.
Yep.
But today, dude, I have zero plan. Usually I program out this stuff and whatnot, but I have zero plan for today. So we're just going to kind of wing this. We're essentially going to just have a phone call on YouTube, but we're going to talk a little bit of football. Andrew actually dropped something in the chat that I will bring up in just a second, Andrew. That is a perfect thought. It's on the Washington Redskins / Commanders / football team, whatever you want to call them. We'll get back to that.
All right.
You're a Giants fan, though, right? Is that right?
Giants fan. Isn't that crazy? How does a guy born and raised in Montana get Giants at the top of the category? The only thing I have to say about that is when I was 4, I think it was, or 5, I loved the color of the uniforms. Blue's my favorite color. I'm a big sucker for blue. And voila, all of a sudden. Yeah, I love it. I love the set. So all of a sudden I'm a New York Giants fan, and that's right about the time when I barely can remember, earliest memory type stuff, when Jeff Hostetler, Lawrence Taylor, Phil Simms, they're going to the Super Bowl, you know. So,
oh yes, the old Phil Simms days and LT, man.
Of course,
the original LT, you know.
The original, that's right.
Now,
yeah.
I'm a Charger fan, so I've got the second coming of LT in LaDainian Tomlinson for
did you hear the news that just broke, I think today, about his status?
No.
So I think he just is retiring from broadcasting, if I heard correctly anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good for him. I mean, the dude's made a pile of money. Hopefully he's going to go out and just have a good time now.
He was great. I loved him as a broadcaster and his commentary, but I think he announced today that he was retiring from that. So maybe we'll see him in a different venue, but he'll be missed on NFL Network and such.
All right. Well, I love LT, and I think he's done a great job. I didn't think he would be a good broadcaster. I'm going to be honest with you. As much as I love the guy, I was like, He did all right. He did well.
He did.
He did.
Yeah.
I enjoyed having him out there, but I'm glad to see that he's retiring. You know, the other day, it might have been yesterday, I think it was, on the McAfee show, they had Kirk Herbstreit on there. I don't watch it. I listen to it while I'm working.
Sure.
And old Herbie was talking about Lee Corso. He is 88 years old. Okay,
really?
Now I love having Lee Corso on the TV, and he loves doing it, and I'm sure he's just having a blast doing it. But the fact of what you just said, LaDainian Tomlinson saying, you know what, I'm going to hang up this second career as well, and I hope he's doing it so that he can just go out and enjoy his family. And judging by the kind of guy that I believe him to be, I think that might be what he's going to go do.
So that would be great.
Good for him. Yep. I'd like to see that, because he's still a young buck and will be able to get out there and do all the things. And that's awesome, man. So good for him. We'll miss him though. But let's see. So a Giants fan from Montana because you like blue. That's good. Are there any other blue teams out there? Or is Giants the only one? Who else?
There's some.
I mean, the Broncos,
got a little blue going on. The Colts have got a blue going on. Broncos have blue in there.
How do you not go to the Broncos?
I don't know why, but that just didn't enter my mind at all. I like a darker blue too, so actually that would have been pretty good fitting. But maybe I just saw red as a 4-year-old or whatever, so I went to stark blue.
So how do you think the Giants are going to fare this year? I mean, you've got old Saquon. He's healthy again, and you still have Daniel Jones back there, don't you? Is he the one?
Yep. Danny Jones, yeah. So he signed a big contract this year. It's interesting. My opinions on this. Now, I'm not putting anything in stone yet. I haven't had my evaluations and sat down with the time, so give me time. But tentatively speaking, I'm going to say they're going to do pretty well.
Okay.
Last year talking to the guys and my wife, kids, I said they're gonna make the playoffs just barely, and they probably won't do much there. But here they go and win one game last year and shocked me on that. But anyway, I think we're a playoff team this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing that become a reality. I think they have added a couple weapons this year. It'll be interesting to see how things go. But boy, that Saquon Barkley, he really loads the team, I think, on his back. Excited to watch him.
Yeah. I mean, he is fun to watch out there. You know, the running game, the old pound the ball down the middle is theoretically kind of boring, right? Because, you know, now it's the air raid offense, it's the high scoring, it's the home run hitters, so to speak. But Saquon out there is a home run hitter from behind the back or behind the line. I mean, that boy, if he gets one step out there in open space, he can go. And he can go quick. And with those those calves and those quads, dude, that guy can put it down.
Yeah, he really does.
He's got tree trunks for quads, dude.
Absolutely. It's fun to watch him. So I'm excited to see him. Daniel Jones, about a middle of the pack kind of guy or whatever, but
you won 2 Super Bowls with Eli Manning. What's your thoughts on him? I think he was mediocre.
That's true. I think he was mediocre as well. Absolutely. But, you know, some people just find a way to pull things out, and that speaks a lot. So you can't diss a guy for that. And who knows? Maybe it's in the subconscious mind. Who knows, right?
Yeah. So now Cole here, as I said, he is our newest member of the Duct Tape crew. All right. I don't even know how many of us there are now. There's a lot. But what we do, as we've stated pretty much every week, we go through and we make every pick, and then we have a rolling scroll that goes by every week that shows the results. So if you stink it up, the internet's going to see it, but hopefully he's going to do well. Hopefully he's going to do well. But he is also on our fantasy football league that we've got going on. Andrew here in the comments is throwing out some good things to bring up. And so you're going to join our have you fantasy footballed before?
No. So good question to ask. Thank you for asking. So here's my little football story in a good 20 seconds. I started out watching it a lot when I was younger. Life happened after I graduated high school, got busy, and all of a sudden I find myself with a 5 to 10 year absence from the game. Haven't even seen it. So then I come back to it here about 3 years ago or so, and all of a sudden, voila, I love it again, and here we are. I have not touched fantasy football whatsoever, and so this is going to be a new adventure for me there.
Dude, I will tell you what. Here you go. The first year I ever played fantasy football, and it was a complete fluke, just like the fact that the show even works sometimes is a complete fluke. I won the whole thing the first year. The first year, I never won again. I played for like 20 more years, never won again. I think
beginner's luck.
Yeah,
huh?
I think I broke even 1 year.
Well, hopefully I get send some of that my way.
Yeah. So anything can happen in the fantasy football world, and we will be tracking that as well. Like I said, Andrew is the one. He is our commish. You haven't met him. Maybe you'll get to someday. But you've seen him. If you've been watching the shows, we just did that uniform show with Sergio.
Hi, Andrew.
So hopefully, did you see that one? You watch that?
I did, yeah.
Man, I thought that went well. I really liked that.
Threw in some comments in there. I really liked it, and I'm not a fashion guy whatsoever. And it was great.
Yeah.
I love the talk about the uniforms, and you know that the league is about fun. It's about visual. You know, you got to throw that out there, and that means a lot, especially to us fans, you know?
Yeah, I'm a visual guy. Like, I'm a visual learner. Like, you can tell me all day, but until you show me, I got it. But
that's better.
Yeah, I'm a visual guy. So I'm big on, I like the flashy uniforms. I love the fact that college football, I'm an OSU college football fan. Okay. So I'm
excellent.
Montana State grad. Of course, I'm always Montana State alum, all that. My son's going there. My dad went there, mom went there, all that. But awesome. I was a military guy as well. So first of all, let me say thank you for your service, by the way. I know I told you in person, but since I'm online, I got to say it now or else. No.
But, of course, and thank you for yours as well.
Yes,
and so everybody else is watching.
Absolutely.
Thank you to you.
Absolutely. Oh, my gosh. Yes, those who are continuing it on. Absolutely. Yep. So, oh, shoot. Now I lost what I was going to say.
OSU.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. See,
you're welcome.
See, I knew you were a fit. Anyway, so in the military, I joined the military out of college, whatever. I did it for 15 years, got a little banged up in Iraq. And so they retired me at the 15-year mark because I couldn't do the physical stuff so much anymore. But while we were in the military, we were like, oh, we're going to see the world, all this stuff. So our first assignment out of Montana, we went to, we had 3 bases that were for us. There was Moody Air Force Base, which was in Georgia. That was offered to us. There was Tyndall Air Force Base, which was in Florida. And then there was Altus Air Force Base, which was in Oklahoma. And so they said, rank order your thing. And so I put Tyndall, Moody, Tyndall. Like, I did not even list Altus, Oklahoma. I'm like, don't even know. I went to Altus, Oklahoma. So I ended up at Altus, Oklahoma. Spent a few years there. It was the greatest assignment ever. We did finally get to go overseas. We had a couple kids over there, but then we got sent back to, the assignments were like 7 assignments to Hawaii. So, okay. I was an officer guy, so forgive me for that. But the way the officer assignments worked is you know, they identify, okay, we've got 5 officers to move or whatever. So they'll give you the list of 5 bases. Here's the 5 bases that you guys can go, you know, figure it out amongst yourselves, or we'll just rack and stack you. So the choices
little different than the enlisted, though, right?
A little bit. So
us lowly enlisted.
Coming out of, oh my gosh, you guys are the heat, man. I'm enlisted at heart. I say I'm enlisted at heart. We have a one of the guys, Bo, which let me plug the socials real quick and do that thing again in a little bit where you remind me that I'm supposed to talk about Oklahoma State because I'm heading down a rabbit hole again. Here we go.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Andrew runs, shoot, what was I even going to say now? Oh gosh.
Going back to Bo. You had something about Bo.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Sorry, man. I'm confused. Yep. See, one of the things that happened to me, I got knocked out. I got the TBI thing. So I forget things. It's awesome. And I just lose track, dude. I just lose track. So one of our guys that is on our fantasy football team is Bo, who runs 5280 Sportswire on Instagram.
Which I checked out. It's awesome.
They just busted 1,000 subs. So dude Bo, are you monetized out there? I mean, I think you can get monetized at 1,000. So might as well try it, you know? But anyway, his dad is one of our fantasy football guys. He is an 06 retired. He's a colonel, but he was enlisted before that. The dude did like 112 years in the military, I think.
Oh, that's awesome. So fantastic.
We have an 06 that we will get to talk smack to because he's not an 06 anymore. Just kidding. He's a VIP, baby. He's a VIP for life. So anyway, his name is Chris. He's awesome. But yeah, so Bo runs 5280 Sportswire. They just hit 1,000 subscribers. The dude's insane. He puts out all sorts. 5280, right? Okay. Let's think about it. Mile High, right? Okay. So he's a Denver fan.
There you go.
So it's a lot of Denver stuff out there, but Denver right now is a pretty sweet place to be talking about because you've had the Stanley Cup last year.
Yep.
And then what did we have this year? We got the old, whatever they call the basketball trophy. And
there you go.
And then now they just got to get their football thing figured out. I don't think they're going to do it because I think Russ is done cooking, but we can get back to that. But
yeah,
like I said, I kind of take these rabbit holes. Let's try to get back to that one. Andrew, by the way, let me just plug him since I'm plugging Instagrams. Andrew runs our DTD.BigSkyCountry. He was the guy that was on with us with me and Sergio to do the uniform thing. He's got another account out there that's awesome. He's always doing uniform polls and stuff. So yeah, check that one out as well. It's
say that one again. I haven't heard that one in the rest of your shows, so that'll be good to
it's easy.
Plug in for.
So it's Instagram. It's DTD. Okay. So it's like Duct Tape Dynasty, but it's just DTD dot Big Sky Country. And Andrew is the absolute heat when it comes to putting out like uniform polls. He's going to have, if you heard on the show, he's going to do what do you call those? The mascot. We're going to do a mascot thing, like a mascot competition.
Good one, Andrew. Yeah.
So it's going to be awesome. By the way, Andrew, if you need me to make any graphics for that, I would love to do that. I geek out on the graphic stuff. So I suck at this whole hosting thing, but I geek out on the whole let's plug wires in and I make all these graphics and I just like looking at them. So that's why I get lost all the time in the shows because I don't have idea what I'm doing, and I'm just looking, like I said, I'm a visual guy. I'm just looking at all my graphics I made. I'm so happy. So
that's good.
all that to get us back to why I'm an OSU fan. So,
There you go.
dude, I'm sorry, Cole. I promise, let you talk at some point on this show.
I like it. This is right up my alley right here.
But, so there were 7 assignments, right, that were available coming out of Lake and Heath, England. We were moving from England back to the States. Where we're going to go. 7 bases listed. I think 4 of them were Hawaii. And then there was like South Carolina. Just every single one of them was sweet. They were all awesome.
Nice.
And so, I put Hawaii all on there, and it was like, we're going to Hawaii. I know we are, right? There's no way we're not going to Hawaii. My boss calls me up and he goes, how do you feel about Enid, Oklahoma? I went, what are you talking about? So
was that even on your list?
That wasn't even a possibility. I got
that's what I was wondering.
I got called, or what's called by name requested. And so somebody without talking to me first by name requested me. And so as I was on my way to Hawaii, I thought we went to Enid, Oklahoma.
That's great.
And then from
if
there,
you were by name requested, it must have been something really good because somebody was seeking you out. That's great.
Okay. You got a little notebook over there, right?
I do.
Make a note for me to tell you that story.
Okay.
That is a story that I will not tell on the internet. And if that person is watching, they will know why. But when you hear the story, you'll understand. It was quite a scenario.
I can imagine.
So from then Enid, Oklahoma, I went to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, which is where the Air Force Flight Standards Agent. Bottom line, all that to say, I've been in Oklahoma forever, except for 3 years.
You've been in Oklahoma. You're an Oklahoma fan.
So I was like, I got to adopt a team. So we picked Oklahoma State because, Montana State is the little kid to, or at least was, to the Grizz. And Oklahoma State is the little kid to OU. So, yeah.
Correct.
But
and I should correct you, not anymore. Montana State's done fantastic in recent years.
Oh, it's so good to see them, rocking and rolling, dude.
Yeah,
it's so
really
good.
Is.
Hey, I think one of the dogs opened my door. So let me roll over there and close my door. Okay.
Better go grab it.
Yeah. I'm such a dork.
I have to reposition my phone here because I need to plug it in.
I was gonna say, how's your battery?
So I'm almost out of battery.
Oh no!
I'm in my ghetto situation. I got it.
Okay.
I might have to hold it a little
bit.
Let's
find out something about you then. Okay. Jeez. Well, you know what? Actually, Cole, why don't we just get into it? Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's talk football, brother. You and I can get to know each other later. Whatever. No, I'm just kidding. Let's talk football because apparently this is a football show. So, Andrew, one of his first questions was about, today. I think it was today was announced that a Native American group actually approached the new ownership of the Washington Commanders and said, "Hey, we are." I don't think they even said we're requesting or asking. They're like insisting that they reinstate the Redskins name. And I personally love it because
wow.
I know this is sensitive, right? So
yeah, sure.
The whole Redskins thing, I understand why now. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea, but the original idea behind the name was to honor the Native American community. I mean, we name helicopters after Native American things, Apache, Kiowa, all these things. It's not to degrade or anything. It's to honor. And so that was the original intent behind the Redskins name. I do understand that in today's day and age, we're so woke that it probably can't happen. But I love that the group approached them and said, "Hey, put the name back in there. It was fine."
Sure.
Because honestly, I don't know. It's stinking. He did it again. He opened the door.
No, that's really neat. My comments on that would be that's fantastic. I love, I can't speak in their place obviously, but I would say that if they have pride in that, I think that's a fantastic thing, and something that's so popular nationwide. Something that could bring them honor. Boy, that would be great if they would, come to a consensus that they like that.
Yeah,
And,
I think it'd be cool.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to at least re-entertain the idea. I understand it's probably not going to happen, but
Sure.
I wish people would at least accept the fact, or at least hear that, it's not intended to be a degrading thing. It's supposed to be an honoring thing. Now, okay, again,
Sure.
red skin, yeah, that's a little
Right.
tough. But so anyway, that was Andrew's. I want to hear your guys, by the way, in the comments. Let us know what you think about that very subject, the Redskins and the name. Should they go back to it? Should they consider it? Or do you think we're too woke? Shouldn't do it. So, yeah, let's see what you guys say on that one. Next thing he put in there, thoughts on Ezekiel Elliott going to the Patriots. I'm going to ask you first what your thoughts are, and then I'll give you mine. So what do you think? Zeke signing with the Patriots, going back to number 15, his old Ohio State number.
I heard that as well just recently, maybe yesterday or yesterday even. Anyway, I like it. I think Zeke still has some left in the tank. I'm not sure that there's this big debate this year about older running backs, and old, I mean, 28, 27, where they're talking old, one contract and they're done, whatever. Anyway, I love it. I think that he's got more to give, and if they can utilize him properly or at all, or the way they can do that, if they can get that done, I think that's great. I don't know, who do we got there for offensive play calling this year? Did Belichick get somebody or not? I haven't followed that closely
I mean,
yet.
let's be honest, with Belichick back there, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because if the guy starts screwing up the offense, he's just going to take back over.
He's going to do something about it.
Yeah.
And that's why I think they can use him. I think Zeke can still do something, and so that was an exciting piece of news for me.
Yeah, I am excited to see that too. I completely agree with you. I think Zeke has, I don't want to say a lot left in the tank, but a good amount. Sure. I mean, I think he can get some good years there, and I think the Patriots will. I mean, if anybody can utilize him, it's Bill Belichick. I think that guy.
So too. Yep.
He takes
that's correct.
Anybody and turns them into a hero. So
that's
granted,
correct.
The last few years and the whole Tom Brady thing, that's a conversation we could bring up, which actually the Colonel, we did a Mount Rushmore a while back of quarterbacks. The Colonel left Tom Brady off of his list.
Really?
Yes.
I like it. I like the twist. Is that Chris?
That's
I like
Chris.
it.
He said no to Tom Brady, and wow, it got a visceral response from the internet. Not really. But.
I bet it. I bet it's a bold move. Let's say that, and I like it for this reason: is because a football team is comprised of 11 members, correct? On the field. I mean, how many? 53 on the roster.
53.
11 on the field at any given time. You're telling me that one guy that doesn't catch a pass, and Tom Brady's not that good anymore. So I completely can go down that rabbit hole, but
he's got
of course
rings,
everybody. Bro. Well, and that's the thing. How can you dispute that? But think of everything that had to line up just perfectly, and all the people around him doing the right thing, coaches included. The equipment guys even matter, And when that's understood in a big way, it's just like life. I'm into the self-help, personal development thing a lot, just based on my past. And I'm telling you what, that it's all the pieces to the puzzle make a difference.
Oh,
and
yeah.
every little thing makes a difference. And so I love Chris's take on that. That, boy, you got to have everybody, especially in a football field. At playing football, everybody's got to be doing something. So I like that take.
It is definitely a team sport. But, boy, that's tough, though. Leaving him off the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks, man.
It is. He is.
And he left
good,
Peyton Manning off of that, and he's a Denver Broncos fan.
Really?
Yes.
I like the boldness, Chris.
He won't come on the show, though. He's scared. Chris, you're scared. Come on the show. Defend your pick, bro.
I like it.
Anyway, yeah, and actually, on that note, actually, you're a Giants fan. I got something to show you. This is so cool. This is perfect.
Let's see it.
So, what year was it that the Patriots were undefeated? What year was that? Well, I can look it up.
You're talking, was it 2007? Is that what I want to say? 2007 when the Giants knocked them off in the Super Bowl? That's my guess. I can't remember exactly, but I wanted to say 07.
Well, I can't find the date on it because it's too dark in here. But I want to show you something that you're going to be
Somebody in the comments help us out.
Now you're going to be a little bit jealous of. So this.
Let's see it. No way.
Is Super Bowl football from that Super Bowl.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I am very jealous.
This is a Tom Brady football, though. And you know how we can tell? Do you know how you can tell that this is a Tom Brady football?
I have no idea.
Anyway.
That's a good one, Josh.
So, yeah,
I like it.
It deflated the other day.
I like it.
But
and that was probably in Chris's evaluation too, of him, right?
When they went undefeated and were headed to the Super Bowl, I was like, so I'm a geek. I like the stuff, right? Like I said, I'm a visual guy. I buy all these stupid helmets, and so I like the footballs, right? The authentic ones, the real ones, the Duke. And so when they had what I thought was going to be the perfect season, I was like, dude, I am buying the Super Bowl football. So I spent like $120 on the stupid thing, and then they lost the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, then they lost it. I thought it was great when they did that. What,
oh my God!
Did somebody in the comments help us out on that year? I'm really curious now. Is that 07?
It's on the back of the football. It's just it was indented, so I didn't want to show that part.
Okay,
It's let's see, February 3rd, 2008. So yeah, it was the 2007 season.
07 season. Yep. That's
anyway, yeah. So, what did you think about that? By the way, going into that Super Bowl, did you honestly think they had a chance?
Oh,
I mean,
man,
honestly,
I was very, very surprised because, in my opinion, that was one of the best teams since I've been alive. Let's say that New England Patriots team that year. And so I thought that maybe there was a chance just because of how the Giants were playing. You could just feel the energy and the cohesiveness of that group. But I really didn't think they were going to do it. And so when it got done, hot dog, was that a fun night?
Man, I bet you were celebrating. And then they did it again.
Oh, I was. Yeah, and then they did it again. It's fantastic.
Tom Brady has lost 2 Super Bowls, right? Just 2. Has he lost 3? Did he?
I'm not sure the stat on that.
No, he's lost 3. I think he's been to 10, won 7. Anyway, Andrew, somebody help us out on that one. I'm pretty sure he's lost 3, but anyway, 2 of them were to Eli Manning and the Giants. That had to have been just terrible because I'm not gonna lie to you.
I can't imagine.
I'm a Chargers fan, and so when Eli did what Eli did, I was not impressed. And so I've always been an anti-Eli guy. I never thought he was a great quarterback to begin with. Honestly, as a person, I'm sure he's great. But he
quarterback style,
said no to the Chargers. So I'm like, well, heck with you, buddy. So that's my football take, at least. Him as a person, I'm sure he's great.
And I just heard that recently, just for the viewers, that he turned down the Chargers. Or what happened there? He requested.
He got drafted by
for some reason.
He and his family said,
he got drafted.
Yeah, if you draft me to the Chargers, I will not play. Is what he said. And then because the Chargers had the number 1 pick, and they took him. They took him, and boy, the look on his face, he was so ticked off.
Yeah.
And I just remember watching that draft and just being so mad. I was like, you ungrateful, anyway, whatever. But that's just me because I'm jealous,
Of course.
So he still won 2 Super Bowls against what I think is the greatest quarterback to ever play the game, Tom Brady. And I think Eli Manning, for that, will be in the Hall of Fame. So I think that's a no-brainer.
Yep.
The Mannings will be in there
too.
So,
that's true.
Let's see. So,
what were we going back to? The running back talk. Did we still have something there to talk about?
I'm not
really
sure. What? Let's see. Well, let's do this. Who do you think, if you had to pick Kansas City or the field to win the Super Bowl, who would you take?
Ooh, I'd have to go the field.
Okay. Yeah, Kansas City, Philly, or the field? So I'm adding, so 2 teams, either Kansas City or Philly wins it or the field. Who do you take?
I'd say the field again.
Add Buffalo. Kansas City, Philly, Buffalo.
Ooh, I think Buffalo is just off the preseason thought. Let's say that. Preface it with that. I think Buffalo is kind of questioning themselves at this point. I would have said last season Buffalo. This preseason, I would not say Buffalo, just based on it. I think there's a little, they're being tested. I think it was a huge knock to our benefit, the Giants getting their coach. I think he was a big part of that, a major clog in that machine. And I think they still have really good pieces in place, and their offensive coordinator is still good. However, I think they're starting to think about it a little bit too much, and so I'd still say the field on that one.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, by the way, you guys in the chat, okay, what do you think? Andrew, Dave, if I gave you Philly, Buffalo, Kansas City, or the field, who do you take? The field being any other team. Who do you take to win the Super Bowl? So, okay, let's just go with yours now. And you say Buffalo, probably not this year. I will say, from my point of view, I think last year, everybody, Buffalo won the Super Bowl before the season started.
Yeah,
we all
and I
remember.
was on that bandwagon.
So was I. I was right there with you.
Yep.
And they had won it before the season started. And we all saw how it went. It's just a recipe for disappointment because there are 31 teams that don't win the Super Bowl every year.
That's
Odds
true.
are you're not going to win
That's
it.
True.
But yeah, they were so hyped up. So I think this year, maybe society or the pundits or whatever are just kind of maybe taking it a little easy because they kind of burned themselves last year. That's what I think. That's why I think it's a little quieter this year.
Bit of a favorite sleeper type thing is what you're saying.
But I don't think much has changed for the Bills. I think they're still a amazing team.
I think they are too.
I just think they're being really quiet right now. Now, I will admit,
I think that's for sure.
I think, okay, if I gave myself, I guess, Kansas City, Philly, or Buffalo, Kansas City, Buffalo, Philly, or the field, I would take Kansas City, Buffalo, Philly. I think so.
Okay.
As of right now. Now,
fair.
I will say
That's
I haven't
fair.
made my full analysis yet of the NFL, but those are some pretty good teams. So, okay, you're saying the field. Who do you think also has potential this year? So let's go. Okay, Cleveland, Philadelphia. We know Philly's a contender. New York Giants, maybe. Not.
Yeah, I don't know. They're a little, as much as I love them and would love to say that, I'd say they're still a little bit far down on that list.
Yeah, the Chargers are maybe a playoff team as well, but they're not winning a Super Bowl.
I agree.
Now,
I do think this year to me seems like there's going to be a sleeper coming in. I just have the feeling. I'm not sure who yet. Like I say, I haven't looked at everything about what I want to predict here just quite yet, but I think somebody's going to come in there and kind of knock off what would it be, the big four or whatever that people are thinking of.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of the vibe I get right now.
I would say that team would maybe be Cincy. And they're not necessarily a sleeper, but you know what I mean? Like they just kind of are always there and they're always getting better. And that Joe Burrow guy is kind of a slinger out there.
They are. Absolutely.
So you've always got to just kind of watch out for those boys. Let's see. Let me go down the list. Miami. Yeah, probably not. We talked about Buffalo, Chicago, Indy. No. New York Jets.
For sure.
New York Jets and the Aaron Rodgers. You know what? Let's just sit down there right now. Let's just sit down with Aaron Rodgers in the ayahuasca. Andrew says Minnesota's winning the Super Bowl. I say I will gladly take that bet. Or Dave says that. Dave, how much you want to bet, brother? How much you want to bet?
Minnesota's a good team.
They're good, and any year anything can happen. But yeah, go ahead. What do you think
for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I agree too. Do you think Kirk Cousins is a Super Bowl caliber quarterback? Do you think he could?
I think he could, absolutely. I think he's got all the fixings to do it. But, once again, a person think of all the components that go into winning. And, so some of the players themselves say luck, or the little things that happen that they can't believe. So that's why it's so fun. How can you bet on it and put a lot of money on it? But Vikings are good. I think Kirk Cousins is good, and I think they have potential. I really do. Do I think they're going to win it? No, but I think they have potential.
I think my philosophy, and sorry to dog on your team again, brother, but if Eli Manning can win a stinking Super Bowl, Kirk Cousins can win a Super Bowl.
Kirk Cousins certainly can.
I don't think he's gonna.
Let's stop there.
Yeah.
Let's send a shout out to my co-worker and good friend Dave. Is he your one of your main guys, and he's also your graphic guy, right?
He actually our Duct Tape Dynasty logo. So Dave is my brother. On paper, I guess he's my brother-in-law, but whatever. He's my brother.
It's your brother, absolutely.
Yeah. So Dave. Actually, his little logo on the YouTube thing, if you ever do go through and look, is actually our old logo that we made, and he was the main designer on it.
It's fantastic.
I guess I did the main on that one. It was it looked like a duct tape roll with a duck in the middle of it. But then Dave got a hold of some real graphic design ability with his iPhone 5 or whatever he does it on. The kid is stinking amazing, man. Yes, this Duct Tape Dynasty logo, this duct tape, the ducts, you can't see it, but the folks online can see it. Those are all designed by Dave, who does it on a stinking iPhone, I think 7. I think an iPhone 7.
Fantastic.
Is it an iPhone 7, Dave? Which is stupid. How do you do that? I mean, it's
really good.
And he's made the graphics for the 5280. He made some graphics for them.
Oh, excellent.
He made
I didn't know that.
the logo that you'll see when you go subscribe to the DTD.BigSkyCountry. He made that one. I mean, the kid is
outstanding.
He
is fantastic. No doubt you guys, hopefully, if you haven't yet, you should show the helmets that he makes, the goalie helmets.
Oh my gosh. You know, I should do some of that on here.
For sure.
Yeah.
They are fantastic.
They are. The kid is an amazing designer, and I mean has art skills to boot. Yeah, he does. He paints hockey helmets. The guy's a hockey player. I'm a hockey player that's golfing today. But he designed our jerseys. We have Duct Tape Dynasty jerseys, which, by the way, if you're going to be a member of us, you might want to think about getting one of those.
Oh, I'm getting one for sure.
What's your number?
For this high vis junk, right?
Yeah. What's your number going to be? You're going to have to pick a number. Do you have a number?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I've got 2 or 3 in mind, but I don't want to bore everybody with the backstory of those. So let me think about it for a little bit.
All right, fair enough. Just don't go with 10 because then it's going to be Eli Manning, and I don't like that.
No. It's probably, well, maybe everybody would love to hear. It's got to be 56. It was my practice jersey in high school football. 56 is my Lawrence Taylor. You know, the first guy was the face of football for me. So let's just call it right now. Let's do 56.
Heck yes. I completely agree with that. I think that's awesome, man. 56.
Excellent.
That's a good move. That's solid.
56.
I don't think we have a 56 out there yet. I'm 22, but that was my baseball number. So we've got a hockey player, we got a baseball player, we got football players, we got everything.
There you go. Good. I like it.
Anyway, so I said let's camp out on the Jets for a little bit. What are your views on Aaron Rodgers and the Jets? Are they going to do anything?
This is loaded. We sit on the train for 12 hours at a time operating, and a lot of my thoughts, as everybody's, just roam. And there's been a lot of minutes dedicated to thinking about this Jets situation. We gotta talk a little bit about Dalvin Cook just signing, right?
Yes, so a Minnesota boy.
Now he's there. That's a different dynamic altogether. What do we have? Breece Hall, and is that his name? Breece Hall, I think it is. That the rookie running back last year that blew out his ACL or tore his ACL, whatever. And now we have Dalvin Cook. So what's going on here? Are they going to use Dalvin Cook at the beginning of the season and then bring the second year man in for some action after he heals totally? You know, how is that going to go? But that's 2 really good running backs, or at least 9 games or whatever the Hall guy did, so that dynamic is going to be very interesting on offense. I think their defense is still relatively solid from what I see, so I can't help but to say the Jets are going to be good, and I don't want to say that, but I think they're going to be. It might take a little bit to pick up steam and gain momentum, but I would say they're going to be good. I'd say they're making the playoffs. I have to say
So
that.
last year they won 7 games. I think that was their final. They won 7.
Was
right?
it? Yeah, just below 500-ish.
Yeah. So they win more games or less than 7 this year.
I'd say more.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they're.
I have to say it.
But I don't think it's much more. I think they're an 8-9 win team.
And I agree. I don't think it's going for the gold. I think it's going to take them a while to get going. And, because think of how much chemistry has to be built, especially on offense.
Yeah.
Defense too. I mean, the whole thing. So that's got to get rocking. And, if they don't get it till halfway through the season, they're, what do you have there? So,
Yep.
But I do think they'll make the playoffs. But I think they'll be kind of a middle of the road type situation.
Yes.
That's my prediction.
Yeah, I think so too. Other than that, I mean, really the only other team I see on the list that is a reasonable consideration for a Super Bowl would be Kansas City. So, or maybe, San Francisco.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Brock Purdy can do it again. I hope so, man. That was a Cinderella story last year. That was awesome.
Wasn't it? It was fun to watch.
Mr. Irrelevant going out there. And I tell you what, my dad is a 49ers fan. He lived in California.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah. He lived in Northern California for a long time. His house, oh, man, it actually burned down in one of the California wildfires.
Man.
It was years back. I mean, it sucked. Don't get me wrong, but everything's fine, all that good stuff.
Sure.
But he lives in Red Lodge now. Of
course.
And so during the playoffs this last year, it was in January.
Outstanding. Beautiful. Yep.
My son and I were up in Montana, visiting Montana State. And so I made special arrangements to go stay at Dad's house in Red Lodge on this date because the 49ers were playing. And if you remember that game, it was the championship. It was 49ers. It was to go to the Super Bowl. And
the NFC Championship.
Yeah, and they lost like all 3 quarters, man. So that was tough to watch. But I hope they can do something this year. I really do. I hope they can.
I think they will. My prediction is they will. I don't know that they'll win the Super Bowl. I don't think I'll predict that. But I will say they'll be good again. I think they've got a good shot.
Yeah.
Let me go back before we forget about it. I do want to talk about. With that Jets conversation, we also have to talk about the Dolphins a little bit. What's going on there with Tua and the predictions about his health? Because that's a monkey wrench in the system there in the, what is it, the AFC East, I think is the division. I think it's the AFC East and Jets division, right? No doubt.
Yeah,
but I think personally, if Tua can be healthy, I think we've got a front.
So, hey, by the way,
and I agree with it.
Guys in the chat, is our internet, is our feed going okay? I keep getting a red indication on my little internet thing saying that my internet is sucking. So let us know if we're
I'm
crapping
getting a
out
little
on YouTube.
glitch.
Yeah, I keep dropping. My internet's just. I have super internet. I have like super internet, but for some reason it's crapping out right now. Maybe that's our clue, dude. Andrew says it's jumpy. It's cutting in and out. Dave says so. Yeah, maybe that's it. That's our clue. We've been going actually for an hour. You know that?
There you go.
Can you believe that? We've already been talking for an hour.
I have not known that. No.
So let me
I'm up on
do
my
this
20th
then.
hour without sleep. So
We're going to kind of just. We'll just call it now since my internet's going to crap out. That'll be our clue. But
outstanding.
I will tell you this year, and I know your schedule is insane, but I want to at least invite you. We have what we're calling the tailgate takeover. I know you've seen it from the watching the shows. So
absolutely,
November 19th, we are going to be at the Denver, Minnesota game, Sunday night football. We are going to be in Denver, and we're going to be broadcasting from the parking lot, the tailgate. So no idea how big or long of a show that's going to be. But, brother, if you can make it, you are absolutely invited. Please, it would be awesome. Dave's coming down.
I would love that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So, November 19th?
Yes, sir. How about that? A train in the background.
Hey, you like that? Can you hear that?
Yeah, that was perfect.
That's my lovely hotel that we get to sleep at, that we get to hear all night long when we're on our 12-hour rest period that we get.
Oh, my gosh. Enjoy that, man.
All
Sleep well tonight, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That stinks. But, They must be watching the show. That's what it is. They just want to get on the show.
Yeah.
You know, they're 123rd subscriber. That's what it is.
That's it.
So yeah, what the heck? Let's just wrap this thing up. But I do want to invite you to that. I want you to know that you are invited. I would love to have you there, as I want everybody there. I mean, Bully, you probably watch this thing later. He's out in Boston.
Absolutely.
Come on,
Bully.
Come one, come all. Let's go, baby. Let's do it. So it'll be a good time. I hope you can make it. I know your schedule's crazy. And I mean, I think the family's coming.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do though.
So we might make a whole thing out of it. But it is also the Sunday before Thanksgiving, I think. So that's a little tough.
Okay, sure.
We were originally, check this out, we were going to do the Chargers-Broncos game because, you know, I'm a Chargers fan and well, I think I started the show. I think so. It was going to be like I get to pick, you know, it should be the Chargers, right? But the schedule came out and they were on New Year's Eve, dude. New Year's Eve.
Oh, really?
Which is awesome. I mean, that's awesome.
I haven't.
But there's no way that I was going to be, we weren't going to, nobody would have been able to make that. New Year's Eve.
Yeah, not New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
that's tough.
So we switched to the Minnesota game. It's November 19th. It is the Sunday before Thanksgiving, but it is very much doable. At least it's more doable than the Chargers game is. So
there you go.
Shoot, man. Well, my apologies for the technical difficulties starting off, but
that's
dude,
fine.
That's just the way it goes. That's the way the show goes.
It is.
So,
and Josh, I want to say thanks for having me on. I appreciate coming in, and it's going to be a fun group this year, and I'm looking forward to the whole thing. Thanks for having me on the show tonight, and looking forward to a good year.
Yeah, man. I am so excited to have you. I thank you for joining us. I'm glad we got a chance to talk, you know, and see each other now.
Absolutely.
So next week, hopefully we can actually meet face to face. I really hope that works out. Go get lunch or something.
Absolutely.
But yeah, let's put a bow on this thing. You have anything else that you would like to cover NFL wise before?
Not a bit.
Okay.
Not a bit.
Okay.
I think this was great, and once again, really appreciate it. Excited to be a part of Duct Tape Dynasty, and it's a great show.
Well, welcome,
really cool.
welcome. We are glad you are here.
Thank you.
And also next week, by the way, we're probably going to be off. We're probably going to take 1 week off right before the season starts because I've got something else going that week too. So it's just going to be tough. But once the season starts, we're rocking and rolling. So with that, I'm going to turn us over to our tailgate page. And then what's going to happen here, Cole? See, this is, like I said, I'm so unprofessional. I didn't tell you. I told you about what would happen before the show. I didn't tell you what happened after.
Sure.
So what happens is going to be basically a reverse of what we had before. Music will come on. We'll be able to see each other and talk. They won't be able to hear us unless I push the wrong buttons like I did last time. And and then I'll kind of just give you one of these and off we go, brother. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I am glad you're part of us. And with that, guys, what the heck? Let's get out of here. Let me check our comments real quick before. Yes, by the way, in fantasy draft, I will be. That is next Sunday, not this coming Sunday, but the next
27th.
Right? Yep. So that is going to be our show for that week. So that's going to be. That's what we're doing. That's what I'm sticking to. So I'm going to put some music on, and we will sign off, guys. Thanks so much for putting up with us. I am so sorry for the technical difficulties, man. It's been wild this week. There's been some stories. So with that, we hope everybody is doing well. We love y'all. Y'all be well out there. And until next time,
everybody,
we will see ya.